A very good morning to all my dear viewers. Once again, in this live session with GETI, that is your Global Education and Training Institute, under the hashtag Disruptive Education Movement, initiated by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. First of all, a very happy Mahashivratri to one and all. It's a great day today. And I have with me a very special person. This is Anna Dcosta, who is a principal at Shashidhan Day School in Gujarat. And yes, this year she is going to celebrate her 25 years in the field of education. So, a big congratulations to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Well, after completing her schooling from St. Joseph School in MP, she found education to be a promising way of life and thought of pursuing her career in the field of education. And then she decided to go ahead with her studies. She did her B.Ed in English Literature, her MA. And just after completing her B.Ed, she was offered a job in Ratlam as a preschool teacher. And from there, her teaching career took a start in 1995. And since then, it was growth all the way through. Then later, Ma'am Dcosta joined St. Stephen's Higher Secondary School as a higher secondary teacher. Then after that, in 2003, she moved to Dubai with her family and worked in a renowned organization by the name GEMS, where she got the opportunity to meet people from different culture, multicultural teachers, students, parents, and she also attended many international seminars training, which gave boost to her career. Well, after coming back here in Gujarat, in India, she again joined the Hod Anaj Mahajan Sarvajanik Education Society, which is having around 30 educational institutions from nursery to PG. And she was offered this post of principal to open and run their newly built school by the name Shashidhan Day School, where she is right now. She is associated with the school since then. And she has joined us today to talk about preschool education, something that is very important, the base, the foundation of education. So, a very warm welcome to you, ma'am, on this platform of Getty. And over to you. Viewers are all yours.
Thank you so much, Prina. Uh, Delighted to hear your welcome. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to be a part of GETI, the Global Disruptive Movement. Thank you so much for inviting me as a speaker here. Thank you so much, Prina. Okay. Generally, when we build a house or construct a building, what is it that we look for? It is the strong foundation. Why do we need a strong foundation for a building? Because we think of a safety, we think of long term benefits, we think a lot because we want secure surroundings, we need a safe environment. So we need that the foundation should be strong. Today, I'm going to talk about a very strong foundation. This strong foundation is not of a building, it is of our children. Our children, they are the future of the country. So we need to give them a very strong foundation. I'll join you with the slides just a moment. Okay, hope you can see the slide.
Yes, ma'am. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, as it's beautifully written over here, it is not the beauty of a building you should look at. It's the construction of the foundation that will stand the test of time. So if we give our children a very strong foundation, for sure they are going to stand the test. They are going to succeed in future. They can sort out any of the problems that they face in life. So this is how we talk about the foundation. The foundation should be very strong. So the topic I have taken today is preschool education, because our children are going to get a very strong foundation only and only in preschool education. A strong foundation is a ladder to ensure the future of our child. Our child needs to adapt, our child needs to thrive, and this is only and only possible if we give them a very good foundation. Nowadays, the society is having the nuclear concept of a family. Many of the parents are working. They cannot give enough time to their children because they are at work. At times, they are left. The children are left at the mercy of the children, of the maids, or sometime with our relatives. But I'm very sure they may get the care, but they may not grow the way we want them, the way we want them to grow in the society. And for that, we need to admit our child in a preschool. When we think about school, we have many questions in mind. We have many doubts in mind whether our child is going to adjust because he's going to meet so many strangers. You know, the mind of our child is also into a separation anxiety, and the parents get scared how to make them compatible, how to make them comfortable in the school. And here comes the role of the teachers. The teachers here takes the hold. They become substitute of the parents. They are the ones who take care, they are the one who are ensuring safety of the children. The bonding between the teacher and the student develops. Same way, they meet many of their friends here, the peer group. So they start bonding, they start talking, their confidence level increases. And in this way, they are socially and emotionally bonded with each other. This is the place where they grow. This is the place where they learn. This is the place where they express themselves. And this is not the place for only physical or emotional or social growth. Even they grow a lot in the literary field. They learn to identify the letters, alphabets. They know the numerical skills. So in a way, they are preparing themselves for the elementary schools. You know, when children go to the school, they love to wear different clothes. They love to buy new pencils, new erasers. They love to take new bags. So they have started to make choices. They love to make choices because they know that this is what I like. So children are growing continuously. They learn to be responsible. Now you might be thinking how they are responsible, because they start caring for their own belonging. You know, they can identify that this is my bag, this is my eraser, and they become very possessive about their things. They don't let anybody even touch it because that is their first experience. But once they grow, once the bonding increases, once the bonding develops, they start sharing. And this is how the preschool becomes the second home. Because they've already left one home, they've come to a second home, they are getting the same care, they are getting the same security, they are getting the same love, they are getting opportunity to grow, they are getting an opportunity to reach somewhere in future. So preschool education becomes a must. You know, children are like wet cement. Like whatever falls on them makes an impression. And that is what is the main emphasis of preschool. They want that the child should be trained properly. Now, whenever we think of a preschool, the point that comes to our mind is the environment of the school. Now, when we go to a restaurant or a hotel, even for a day, we find out the details, like how the hotel should be, how should be the ambience of the hotel, the hygienic situation, the menu of the hotel, each and everything we find out, and then we step in the hotel or a restaurant. But now we are thinking of the future of our children. Can you enter any of these schools without finding out the details? I don't think so. Because you need a certain kind of security. You need to be free. Once you admit the child, you have to be tension free, because you know that my child is in safe hand. And that's why The environment of the school should be burden free. It should be comfortable. It should be secure. And that's how the children will love to come to the school. The parents will leave their child to enjoy in the school. If you know, nowadays children, they are uh, technology savvy, you can say. Okay, even a 3-year-old child is very well adapted to a mobile, to a TV. They know how to operate. So now when we are talking about the school, you cannot have the four walls. You need all the modern gadgets that can appeal the children. And for this, you need everything that tempts the children. Because once you have all these facilities in the school, the children they will be eager to come to the school. So we need to equip the school with all the modern facilities, with all the gadgets, with all the tools. Planning is needed because if you are trying to entertain a child or a parent in the school, you need to plan out, or the school should be well organized. They should plan out the whole schedule, and these schedules should be transparent. Anybody can view it. They should know what exactly is in it. The major point, like whenever we are talking about the schools, the first thing comes to the mind is, what about the staff? Yes, the staff should be qualified. The staff should be enthusiastic. The staff should be loving, caring, understanding. Because, as I said in the beginning, they become the substitute of the parents. Yes, and they are the ones who has to make the child comfortable. So, the environment of the school has to see the safety of the child, it has to see the growth of the child. And so, we have to get all these things well in advance, well planned, well organized. I'll go to the next slide. When children go to the school, yeah, as they enter the school, the parents start thinking of the syllabus. So then comes the curriculum of the school. Parents generally they feel that once the child goes into the school, then he has to have better grades. He should be very intelligent, he should top the class, and then he should have the mastery over the academics. But my dear parents, you have to understand that it is not the academics here that has to be dealt with, because academic can be taken care of in the future, in the elementary school, in the secondary school, in the higher secondary school. But it is the proper development. The overall development should be taken care. If a child is confident enough to stand in front of somebody and speak, that means the school has achieved. The school has made the child confident. And that is how the growth of the child is seen. Children enjoy playing, they love to play. And it's in a school nowadays that instead of the traditional way of teaching A for apple, B for ball, they have started using the playway method. And these playway methods can really do wonders. Because when we talk about playway method, we have so many things. Like for example, we have the building blocks. Okay, we give the blocks to the children. We just let them use it. Some of them will build it. Some of them will simply arrange it. Some of them will make a building out of it. Somebody can make a tree out of it. So they enjoy. The different colors they come across, the different sizes they come across, the different things they come across. So it's a very unique way of teaching the children. Literally, if you say the senses are developed, the creativity comes out of the child because he can use the things anyway. So, if I give you a second example, I tell you about a story. When we talk about the story, the children enjoy story. They are lost in imagination. They literally they grab the attention, they are into it. They think themselves to be in the character. So in this way, they learn new words. The comprehension skill increases. So this is how the school should move forward with. They should have a very good playway method used. Different things are there are so many kinds of playway method, and there are so many way of involving the children creatively. When we have so many methods, for sure the intellectual development is there. We are giving them things to reason. The reasoning skill increase. They remember the language. The way we converse, the way we talk to them. They learn a lot. Okay. Now, as I said, that when a child enters the school, he has to get up early in the morning. He has to take his shower. He needs a lot of attention from the parents because he has to be on time. He has to catch a vehicle or the parents or the bus, whatever it is, but he needs to reach on time. He has assembly time, he has play time, he has study time. And all this teaches the child to manage time. So, this is how the child manages time. So, in the curriculum, we have so many things that the child is learning in the preschool. He's covering all the domains of development. We are using the playway method, cognitive development, the sense development. If we talk about the sense development, yes, like for example, if a teacher is taking a topic of a fruit, yes, she will show the fruits. There are different sizes of the fruits, there are different colors of the fruits, there are different tastes of the fruits. So they are going to develop all these senses. Even the teacher shows the difference between wet, clean, hot, cold, all these things develop their senses. Exactly, they know how their senses are developed. And it is said that if you keep your child busy all throughout, they are going to give you better results later on. That's why I've written busy bees become better students. Because, yes, if you keep them busy all way through, for sure they are going to remember many things. They are going to learn many things in their life. They are going to develop a lot in the life. So this is where it is very important. The curriculum of the school should be there. Parents should not think of mastery in academics at this level. They should not think of grades at this level. What they have to think, whether the child is really growing, whether he is confident, whether he can speak, like when the relatives and all come. I'm very sure a child who's going to the preschool, he can very confidently speak and ask your relatives. But if you have not sent your child to the school, he will hesitate. He'll hide behind his mother and he won't answer their queries, or whatever they ask, he won't answer. But a preschool student, they become literally very confident. They will ask you questions which you have never thought of. So I'll come back to the next slide. Like, generally what the researchers have concluded on the day school, what the sorry, on preschool, the researchers generally say that a child who has attended a preschool, they don't drop out easily of the school. They don't leave their studies midway. They try to complete their education, and not only complete the education, they do quite better. You talk about the primary, you talk about the high school, they literally do very well in the elementary school. They graduate in the high school with very good grades. They have higher or better test scores, and they have fewer behavioral problems. So all these things been a conclusion drawn from the researches that has been made on preschool. Okay, so I feel that parents should understand the importance of preschool. Even if parents say that, okay, we have in-laws to take care, our child is going to grow a lot over there, we can manage our children, we can teach him everything. Yes, you can teach. The curriculum, the course is in his mind. But what about his social and emotional development? Social and emotional development can be given in preschools, and I'm very sure about it. Parents will understand these things. Okay, now this is about research, but the most important thing that I feel about today's world is that it's not the school that does everything. It's not the teacher that does everything. The role of parent is also very important. I know parents are very busy. I know they spend a lot of time on work, but I literally insist the parents that they should spend some time with the children. The school arranges for PTM, and so many parents, because of the busy schedules, they don't attend the PTM. But it's an appeal, you can say, a request, you can say. Parents should attend the PTM. The parents teachers meeting is a must. Why is it must? Because the parents should share the weaknesses, the strengths with their children, of their children with the teachers, because teachers are taking care and every child is different. Teachers should know exactly how to deal with a child. So you should share the weaknesses, you should share the problems, you should share the strength of your child with the teachers. I'm very sure, pretty sure that working in coordination, the parents and teachers can bring about a wonderful change in their children. Okay, so a coordination between the parents and a teacher is a must. One more thing, parents should always motivate the teachers. Teachers are the ones taking care of your little ones. So you should motivate, you should give them that love and affection, because they are literally in need of it, because they spend most of the time with your children. So that care, that attention, that love that they are giving to the children should be returned to them. They are very happy when they get it, and they start taking more care, they become motivated. Same way, teachers. Teachers also should share the weaknesses and strengths with the parents. They should tell, because sometimes what happens, parents are not aware of certain things. So you should share. Even the assessment of the child should be shared with the parents. So simultaneously, hand in hand, y'all can work wonders with the child. And I'm pretty sure the future of the child is secured if parents and teachers work in coordination. Okay. Next thing that I come to is the project based learning. As I said, that we use the playway method. Okay, playway method is a very good method to teach, but at the same time, the project based learning. Now, for example, you have given a piece of bread to your child. Okay, the child enjoys eating the bread, but does he know where does the bread come from, how it is made? So you have to make it a point to visit a bakery with your child. Tell them that bread is made in a bakery. You should sometimes take them to the bakery inside, show them the dressing sense of the bakers, how they dress, how they mix the ingredients, how they bake it, and how the bread is produced. And then later on, you are already giving him to eat, so he gets to know the taste. So that way, he will really enjoy. So nowadays, it's not possible for us to go and literally show them the real thing, the practical thing that is happening. Okay, so nowadays so many YouTube channels are there available with so many things. You can show them, like we have smart TVs and all. You just put it on, show them. Okay, this is a bakery. This is how the ingredients are mixed. This is how it is baked, and this is how they are taking from one place to another. So they develop, like they are getting so many things together. They are coming to know identify the vehicles, they identify the place, they know exactly what it is. Same way, when we are making a pot, we exactly know how to make a pot. Take them to a potter, see how they roll the wheel, how they are making, how they are shaping it. All these are project based learning. This will surely bring about a positive change in your child's life. They will start interacting with each other. They will enjoy all these things, and this can only be possible if you are coordinating. As I said, you have to give all the love, you have to give all the care, you have to give that understanding to your child. But if the child is going out of the track, that means if the child is missing out on his discipline, again, the role of parents and teachers is a must. You have to discipline your child then and there. Because at times parent will think, okay, chota hai, forget it, he will learn, bada hoga to apne aap seekh jayega. No, my dear parents, it is not here. You literally need to train them. You need to discipline them. This is the right time to discipline your child. Same way, teachers, if the child is going wrong somewhere, you don't have to delay. You should inform the parents if something is serious, because the parents should know where the child is going wrong. And I'm not saying that you need to punish them. There are so many ways of making your child understand, because they are at this tender age. As it's written, मिट्टी के घड़े को अंदर से सहारा और बाहर से थपेड़ना जरूरी होता है. Unless you discipline your child, you are not going to get that care. You're not going to get that future, bright future of your child. So you need to do that. Okay. So I come to my next slide. As I said that we have so many things to do, the playway method, I told the social interaction, everything is there. But today's world, I have come to, means I was just reading a little, so I came to know that 30% of our occupations are automated. Okay, so the old traditional teaching wherein children have to just cram, generally for higher score they do that, they simply cram and they get high score, but that will help them only at a lower level. They need to be creative, they need to be independent, they have to think critically, because in case they want that the child should have a bright future, because if automation increase, at present it is 30%, by the time the children grows it increases for sure. We need to increase their creativity, so give them more of that material. Like for example, parents generally do, I have given the most important expensive toy to my child, so is he learning something from it? Don't make toys a luxury. Make toy a necessity. Let him give him some creative toys wherein he will put in his imagination. Like I said, blocks. Okay, he will do something creative out of it, and he will think about it. And you need to start early, because see, this is the age when you literally need to enforce all these things in your child. It will be only possible at this age. Later on, if you feel that I have to do this, it will be too late, because the world is changing. You need to ask your child lot many questions. You keep him engaged, asking him questions. You give them challenges. Give him lots of puzzles, lots of tests. You give them test in the sense means something related to encourage their creativity or their thinking. And I am very sure children do better even than the adults. You won't even get the adults giving those responses which the children will give. Okay, and the last point which I would take is the positive reinforcement. Generally parents, they are so much engrossed with their work, with the things like busy schedule. Sometimes they remove the anger on the children. Children, they come, mama, see, I made a beautiful flower, yeah, I made a rose, and the mother will say, go away, I'm busy. No, my dear mothers, it is your responsibility to encourage the child, to give a positive response to the child. Even if he has done it wrong, you should encourage, wow, it's a wonderful flower, what a wonderful flower. And the child, next time he will come up with even something better. So that way, it should be even in school. If a child is writing something, you need to tell him, okay, if it is not in a proper way, you can correct him, but you should also tell him. Don't say, no, you have written wrong. No, you have to say, nice, very nice. But if it would have been a little straight, it would have been even better. So there are positive way of approaching. Okay. Nowadays, when parents are very busy, they have lots of work schedule to do. They tell the children, okay, use the screen time. Okay. So they are in front of the TV. They are with the mobiles. But is it going to help them? No, they are not going to help them, because that is passive learning. They are not actually learning something from it. Okay. They are spending the time. So instead of giving them the TV and the mobile, give them some other work. Like I said, give them the block. Let them do. Give them, see, this is the time when you give them their own time, when you give them their own precious moments to spend. So they will they will come out with challenges, they will come out with their hobbies. When children are alone, they are doing nothing, they start dancing, they start speaking, they have their own stories. So this is how they are going to grow. So you need to inspire a child to grow. They should, children at times they get bored, mama, I'm getting bored. So when they are getting bored, let them embrace the boredom. You should give them time to play out. You should let them go in the outside the house. You should go and show them the tree. See, Baba, this is a tree. This is how it grows. These are the green leaves. So they will engage the time. Instead of getting bored, they are learning somewhere. So together we give our children the roots to grow and the wings to fly. So we need to give complete attention, complete care, and this is how our children are going to grow. In 1982, there was an act. Okay, the act was made that students of age 6 to 14 should have compulsory education. What about the preschool? Now, the new education policy is literally thinking about the preschool. They have already given 5 years of initial schooling, in which 3 years are given of the preschool. So, hats off to the new education policy makers. I'm sure with this concept, preschools are going to rock. Our children are going to have a bright future. I'm done with it. I'm stopped sharing my screen and I'm back to ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think it was indeed a very insightful session, I would say. This going to a preschool, this small step is actually towards a huge exposure in a child's life. That is the preschool. The child, the moment the child is entering, this
It's a
first
yes,
exercise,
first step to a giant exposure to the world you
right?
can see. Yeah.
Exactly. So, children, where the children are asked to move out from their homes, from their comfort zones, to away from their parents, that secured zone of their parents, they are asked to move out from there. So the preschools have to make sure, like as this mentioned by you, the preschools should be very much like feel like second home to them, because it
Yes,
is a second home to them.
exactly.
And a place which has enough things to attract the
Yes,
children, to make them stay, because they are going to spend a lot of time there.
exactly, exactly.
Exactly. And preschools again play a very important role, where they are going to focus on a good head start for learning for the children in a play way method, like you just explained in detail about that, how we can include the play way method we are already doing, and NEP has also clearly mentioned about that. Like if we talk about the challenges, sometimes we are there is a non-availability of trained staff. So, do you think that there should be a separate training for the teachers who can learn how to deal with children in this age category?
Yes, ma'am, it is. It is a must because see, every school has their own norms. Every school has their own syllabus. They have their own ways of bringing the students up. So even if our teacher is trained, it's not that she will be trained according to the school. So we have to give them the training when they join. And I'm doing that. I'm literally bringing up my teachers to that level that they can train the teachers the way we want to nurture them, the way we want to nourish the children, because they are the future and we need to build up their future in our school. So yeah, we need to train the teachers. You cannot say that my teacher is trained, but she
Right.
is trained. Okay,
Hmm.
she's educated, but the training that we need to give, we need to give.
Very true. I think training is very important, even if
Yes,
your teacher is experienced.
exactly.
Still,
It's true.
you can upgrade yourself every now and then. I think that's very important. Then again, another point is that this is the time when parents should read their child, because this is the basic, this is the foundation. So I think somewhere the parents they are reluctant to recognize any problem in their child. Problem as in, be it any physical or intellectual or emotional, the parents are not focusing on that, but they are only concerned about that the child is going to school and learning and writing and reading. That's the only focus. But I think this
Yes.
is somewhere they should focus on their needs. They need to connect with the child.
I remember a very good example, as you said, that sometimes parents don't know the children, and it is the school that helps them out. I remember around 3, 4 years back, an incident took place where a parent came to me saying that my child has written this book, and the teacher said that it's my child who has written. So he said that my child cannot hold the pencil even. How can she complete this book? So I think the teacher has written. So I was quite shocked because I know my teachers. They won't do anything like that. So I called the teacher. I said that the parent has a complaint. So she called the child, she brought the child, and the child started writing. And you won't believe, the parent said, "Is my child left handed?" So we were shocked. Like in school, he came to know that the child was left handed. That means he didn't even know. The child has grown. Is the child is already 4 years old, and then you are asking, is my child left-handed? So sometimes literally we feel that the parents need to spend more times with the children.
I think yes, this is where they should make certain changes. They should understand their child, know them, read them, how the child is learning on daily basis and growing. Instead of asking questions in front of others, that my child knows the rhyme. Okay, beta ye suna do ye, in front of the relatives or friends, to show that yes, my child is studying in so and so school and he knows this and he knows that. Maybe we can connect with them, we can join them in this growing process. That's a kickstart for them. And
Yeah.
definitely, yes, very beautiful points shared by you in the entire session. Teachers, I think teachers are the hands which actually sculpt these soft muds into beautiful, sculptures. They
Very.
make them, and they can be anything in future. Let the child explore and let the child decide what they want to be, instead of imposing on them from the beginning that you will become a doctor, you will be a surgeon, you will be an engineer. They are very small to understand all these things. They will keep changing their aim with age and time. There are sometimes kids are able to understand even in class 12th that this is what I want to do in my life. So it's an ongoing process. Maybe
Depending on the
parents can
exposure. Yeah,
understand.
it depends on the
Yeah,
exposure, like how exactly they are connected. And then the choices
exactly.
keep on changing with age.
Absolutely. So I have few comments. I'll just highlight for you where people have thoroughly enjoyed your session. And importance of preschool is must. And thanks to you, ma'am, as you have really worked as a bridge for every teacher and parent. Role is must. And yes, we have Mr. Santa Dcosta. Then it was indeed a very fruitful, knowledgeable session by Miss Sunita. Thank you so much, Jhalak Mehta, ma'am. These are for you, ma'am. I hope you can read the comments on screen.
Yeah, thank you so much, teachers.
And parents' involvement, as we already discussed, their involvement is very, very important. It's not just that when the students are off to school, it's only the teacher's responsibility to look after the child, but I think parents are equally playing that part.
Yes.
So overall, a very fruitful session, very insightful. Thank you so much to all the viewers for joining and motivating us throughout the session. Yes, it is the nurturing the child life for future. And thanks to you, ma'am, for joining us.
Yeah,
Preschool
with
education is
pleasure.
the need of the time, as most of the parents are working and they do not have enough time to spend with their children. So some are left at home or maybe with their grandparents. So I think this is the place where they can take care of their children properly, where the child can learn and grow throughout. So with this, we come to an end. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again on behalf of our entire team of Getty.
Thank you so
And
much to you. I'm overwhelmed. I'm very happy. Yeah. Thank you so much.
thanks to you, ma'am. Yeah, thanks everyone, and we will
Bye.
definitely meet again in future. Yeah, bye bye. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, bye bye.